What's up, y'all? It's your girl Black's Genesis back at it again. Season 2 of podcast 1001. Ugh, I'm so happy to be here. We have a friend of mine who I've been friends with for, I don't know.
4 flats on a Cadillac.
Okay. We used to run the streets together back in the day doing poetry. Okay. Sit. This happened the last time I interviewed somebody, a friend who I've been friends with for a long time, because we are artists.
Yeah,
a lot of times we go just by our artist name. This is Set the Versifier, okay, you guys. But Set, what is your actual name?
You should ask me that before we turned the camera.
I actually want to know.
Yeah. Everybody call me JR. And so
JR.
Yeah, that's what I go up. I'm a junior.
No, nigga, everybody call you Set the Versifier.
Yeah, but
Okay, so you're a junior?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, nah, come from a long line of black juniors and niggas who be working in the community and doing all type of shit to make the people proud, man. That's all.
I love that. So, since we're on the topic of doing stuff in the community, because I know out of a lot of the poets that I know and have ran the streets with, you do a lot of community work. You and Trey. So just open it up. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yeah. What's the deal, y'all? My name is Seth the Versifier. I do poetry. I just go around spreading my gospel of blackness.
Okay.
And like Black said, I be in the community a lot. But what you want me to tell them about that? I be doing all type of stuff.
You are doing a lot of shit, but you've done a lot of shit. I mean, You have the book.
Yeah.
You host something annually for the city of Inglewood.
Nah, nothing annually. So I got the book. I'm typically. Well, you just want me to give like a whole rundown of like.
Yeah, nigga, tell the people what you do, who you are.
So I've been doing poetry since my past life.
Oh, I love it.
I woke up one day as a baby and the spirit was in me. Just poetry. And so probably like middle school, I remember saying my first elementary school. I remember saying my first poem. Probably like what's it called? Them contest that they do, the little talent shows.
Yeah.
Did a little poem. It was more like an essay. Middle school, I remember writing a poem. High school, there was a poetry club I was in. They did some events. When I got to college, there was a poetry team there, and then there was an organization called Cupsy where it was all the colleges had poetry teams, and we would travel and compete.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the first year we went to Vegas, lost. Second year we went to Fresno and won, and so we went to New York and competed like on a national scale. And I think that was the first time our school had did that. I had always been involved in theater also from a young age. Probably middle school, elementary, I remember having interest in it, but high school, I remember being a part of the theater productions, and then college, I featured in some of the black plays on campus.
What college did you go to?
Rose, Cal State Dominguez. Even though Dominguez is one of my least favorite schools on the list of the schools that I attended, but that's just politics.
Yeah. I wore this shirt for you. I was gonna wear something else.
Dog pound.
Yeah. I wore this for the good bros. Okay. So today's episode, I wanted to talk not just solely about your poetry and like what it is that you do. I wanted to get a male's perspective. And so this show is called "What About What Men Need." Okay.
Oh yeah, I could tap in with you on that.
Yeah, there are a lot of conversations surrounding what women need, women's wants and needs, and even we will rattle off, what we need, even when we not asked the question. That's just something that we just gonna walk in the room, start talking about our wants and demands.
I don't think men got nothing to rattle about. I think we got a small list.
Ciao. Okay, so okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. Growing up, how were you taught to handle your emotions?
I would consider my upbringing to be emotionally balanced. I feel like I was allowed the space to fall and cry and vent, say anything. I think the only place that I felt I didn't have the voice to speak was, when you were a child and you saying something, and then anything you say could piss this adult off, and so
Yeah.
it's just like I better not say nothing.
Even if it's true.
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of developed, but outside of that, there was always a space to be open and emotional and vulnerable. Uh, my mom, she into like therapy, and
Mm.
um, she's a counselor and stuff like that. She got a marriage family therapist license. I was
Oh.
failing to articulate that in the words, but yeah. So the whole time, it's been about tapping inward, and then blackness is always a spiritual journey, and so just that in general. Um,
Did you feel like you were and I'm about to make up a word, but you saying your mom was into therapy, do you feel like you were therapized
I,
too much, or was it like
nah, I feel like she tried, but there's all type of things that contribute to the development of you, based off of your environment, and so my parents were just one aspect of it, but she do her own thing, but I was doing mine, and so there was always the space to be emotional and vulnerable, but whether I chose it or not was up to me.
okay. Okay. Do you feel like men have safe spaces to be vulnerable now as an adult?
Uh, I think it depends on the male. I think with the men who I'm close to, there's very limited safe spaces. I think the safe spaces include them being alone or them being with another group of males who they consider to be close friends.
Mm.
It ain't no pressure. You just go and just be you, and then get back to life. But I also feel that way about women. I got some female friends who they come around me and we've been on each other since high school, and I'm the only place that they could be them. Then they got to go back to being the face that they wear for society or whatnot. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it is for men. Any other time people pressured you up, you got some standard to uphold. But when you with the homies, you can just kick it.
I love that. You said safe spaces for men are typically with other men or by themselves. Do you prefer to be with other men in safe spaces to convene, or do you prefer to handle your emotions by yourself?
Nah, I probably got more female friends than male friends, and so I probably prefer to be in the company of women. But um, even when you around women, it's like even girls who not my girlfriend want me to do things that I would consider to be like things that my girlfriend want me to do. Like I gotta buy food. You want me to consider you to buy food? It's like, all right, man. The homie would have bought his own food. you know, uh,
Yeah,
we ain't
yeah.
tapped in like that. We friends, and so even
Yeah.
like on that aspect of like having to be around women on some friend stuff, like you got to be prepared for that with women. Even when you come in and you heavy and you with one of the homies and that nigga heavy, y'all might just be together and just be heavy, like just watching TV, whatever, smoking, chilling. You
Mm.
heavy with a girl, she gonna want to vent, she gonna want you to listen, and you gonna have to try to discern her emotions and speak that mental talk that the girl
Yeah.
speak and figure out
Yeah.
what she's saying to uplift her for her mood. But it could be the same situation, it's just a different energy of two men versus a man and a woman in that space. It's still like there's still some need to cater to or nurture that female,
Opposed to
opposed
your
to a
own.
man who was like, oh, that nigga good, I'm good, and so we just gonna be here and just be good, and this gonna be our 10 minutes and just being good, and then we gonna get back to it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Okay.
I would like to say at least that's my perspective on it. You
No,
know.
it's deep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear it and I understand it. And as a woman, I've heard um and I don't like to bring up like when we're talking about stuff like this, I don't like to bring up my own relationship with my husband, but just hearing what you said, only because I don't want people to know my business, not because it's bad, but
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
hearing what you are referring to as far as like when you with your guys, y'all, if y'all feeling heavy, that's just what it is. Y'all let it dissolve, whatever, whatever. When you be feeling heavy in the presence of a woman, sometimes you have to cater to her needs because correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes women always come with a grievance sometimes, just like a heaviness or a complaint or this or that. And
I
it might overpower what you're feeling. And I know a lot of times my husband will come home and I'll be like, "Ooh, the kids did this, or I did that, or I experienced this, or ooh, I'm tired." Da, 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 da. And I'll be like, "How are you?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm fine." And one day I was like, "Why every time you come home, I'm fine, I'm fine." He like, "You be having so much going on. Why the fuck would we not just about to sit there and talk about,
Man, this
And
nigga
he's
want to
like, "If you
relax.
got so much going on, and I've helped you with what you got going on, I don't feel the need to be like, well, this is what I got going on, because then, you know, it's like there's
Yeah.
no space for my."
Not that it's not no space for it, but like me telling you what's going on with me and you so stressed about what's going on with you, it ain't no way
Right.
that what I'm gonna tell you is gonna benefit my stress. It's
Right.
just gonna be me bouncing it off of you, and so I might as well just keep that shit to myself. And if we can make your mood better, then by your mood being better, my mood gonna be better. We don't gotta talk about my shit, cause if your mood better, I'm already feeling better.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow, that's deep.
keep
That's
that shit to
beautiful.
myself.
But that's disheartening. It's disheartening. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm gonna ask the other questions, because this is a space for you to talk, and I really want
This
the
is a
man's
space for
point
you
of
to
view.
pick a man's brain, so you know.
Yeah, I know, but I just hearing that, and I'm pretty sure other women probably feel the same way. It's like, damn, I hate that it's a space created for us to talk about our problems, but men feel like, no, we got to make sure you good so that we're good.
But we don't want you to hate that we don't want you to feel that way, like that you hate to feel like that. We cool. We,
Yeah, but sometimes y'all not.
yeah, but we still gonna be cool. Like if a nigga to the point where he gonna break down, you feel me, at all, there's always signs. That may be you
Yeah,
to
for sure.
pick up on nonverbal signs
For
of
sure.
like, all right, like he a little more down than usual. But for the day to day, just let that shit rock. Like, if I'm not like overly depressed or down, it's like it's just another day.
What does depression or stress look like from men, from your experience? What are some of the telltale signs?
Uh, you know, uh, it be difficult to tell if nigga be depressed because the mannerisms of a lot of males be consistent through their emotional,
Deep.
ups and downs.
That's deep set.
So you really gotta I I really only be checking for the homies. I got three niggas, they my brothers, and so besides them, it's like, every other nigga could be going through what they go through, but them three niggas in particular, they always gonna be like, all right, dude, like, some shit fucking with me, like, and we gonna talk about it. Probably make some jokes, laugh it off, and then get to chilling. But we always have a space for us to talk to each other. We even like, every now and then set up like, little meetings, get together, do like little mental health checks on niggas and shit. And so I think it's on the group that you got with you that's gonna be able to take care of you, and you take care of them. But um, you got to be comfortable to tell a nigga like, hey, I'm not feeling well.
Hmm.
And if you don't say nothing,
So what does that look like often? I mean, for, I'm not gonna talk about women, because I want to talk about y'all. Does it look like sleeping a lot? Does it look like,
yeah, nah.
you know?
If I'm depressed, I probably sleep it off. You feel me? That
Hmm.
probably be what I do. Some homies probably fuck it off. Go find a girl.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, nah,
yeah.
do it whatever make you happy. It's all like, I categorize it all as self care. You get a
Hmm.
self care regimen. Fuck, eat, sleep. And
Oh
so
God.
depending on what you like to do to like recalibrate your system, niggas get off. I probably would just sleep.
Hmm.
You know, go home, lay it down, then wake up and be like, it's a new moment.
Hmm.
But niggas process things all different kind of ways. Some niggas go get in fights, some niggas go fuck women, some niggas, go to the club, some do drugs.
Hmm.
It's all about your vice.
Hmm. Why do you think so many men avoid therapy?
Uh, I was gonna say I don't know if I say avoid, but I guess niggas do be avoiding it. But just
Oh
the
yeah.
same thing I was telling you earlier. Tell this nigga some shit that ain't gonna help me. You want me to go talk to somebody about some shit, but it's like I'm gonna still have to go walking that walk, living that life, and I don't need that emotional support to talk about it. If the nigga not gonna physically boots on the ground come help me with it, What I'm talking to this nigga
Mm.
for. Paying him to vent. I can go do that in the mirror. You know.
Okay, let's unpack that.
But I also don't have that issue because I mean, not like I be venting to my mom, but she lives in the realm of counseling and therapy, like on a day to day life. She doing it to family, friends, her clients, coworkers, and so if I ever felt like there was a space where I needed to vent, I know that it's available to me. And so I ain't never, thought about having to go to see someone because I know that that option's there. But I also wouldn't do it because it's like, what the fuck I'm talking for?
Okay, so would it be because I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, that's your mom. There might be some form of,
Bias, definitely.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, bias,
bias.
but also like you might not want to disclose everything. Some things be too. I mean, it
Yeah,
might not be for your mom. It might not be for a woman in general. It might not be for, and it can be about anything. I know.
yeah, but shit, if I don't want her, I don't want that nigga to know neither. Some random motherfucking therapist in the room telling him my secrets. I don't know that nigga neither. Fuck around one day, I'm doing poetry somewhere on stage, and this nigga he posting the Epstein files. Not to that degree, but
Yeah.
whatever secrets on the tab, can't trust it. So
I wish. I would not really wish this. I really wish more men would go to therapy because um I'm married now, right? But I'm speaking for my whole life, of my whole like dating experience, being with men, experience a different man, and the very constant is you guys will say like you don't have to talk about it, but holding it in really causes a lot of physical ailments, and that avoidance then comes out in a totally, or that situation comes out in a totally unrelated random moment, and I feel like that could be avoided if y'all take it bit by bit, deal with one issue at a time, da 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 da, instead of letting 10 issues build up. And now,
that sound like
you know
that.
what I
That
mean?
sound like that's not like daily stress on the nigga though. That sound like you part of the problem.
What you mean?
Like if it's coming to a point where it's like tension, and then it's like a nigga is snapping for no reason.
I'm not talking about just in a relationship. I'm talking about in general, like stuff that y'all have dealt with from like childhood and stuff, and then it'll come up later. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the nigga vice on however it come up. That's what I'm saying. Like I got a homie, he like to fuck women, and so like when a nigga get frustrated or overheat or whatever he do, like he gonna find a girl. Like the nigga not gonna fight, the nigga not gonna do this, he not gonna do that, but he's gonna go fuck a girl. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's his outlet. Me, I might sleep, and then that sleep be that release that I need for that physical element to
Mm-hmm.
get off my back. But that tension always lingered up in the nigga, but it just depend on how you gonna go release it. And I think that it don't look like no certain type of way for how it to explode on people. Some people do it violently, some people do it in a way where it's healthy, and some people do it in a way where they can't tell nobody about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think that should just depend on the individual. But I think everybody do need some type of release if they don't got one or need one. I would say my therapy probably be like sleeping, poetry, um, chilling with a girl, little cuddle session. Um, that type of shit
Or you just
always.
be cuddling. Y'all don't be doing nothing more.
Well, nah, but it's a different like exhale from
Mm-hmm.
cuddling than the release from busting the nut.
Yeah. So do you have women you could just call right now? Hey, I'm feeling a little some type of way. Come lay in my bed.
uh,
Don't put that out there. I don't want.
no, I was gonna say probably, but girls be irritating me these days.
Oh my God.
I feel like that little social media stigma then took over.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
I think I gotta find somebody from like the '80s, early '90s, cause the '90s, and the girls that play, they probably be born in 2000 these days, anywhere from like the '95 to like the 2000 years. they just living a different life than a nigga be living, and so but I think those are the ones who be constant outside, frequenting the places I be frequenting, and so they be naked, they be wanting money, and they be like they be wanting this and wanting that. It's like I don't want you to want nothing. You feel
Yeah,
me? And
yeah,
so
yeah.
uh, I typically just and then
But let's clarify that because
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what you mean by that.
Well,
But there
the
are gonna be a lot of women watching like, what you mean I don't want nothing? Yeah, you don't want me to want nothing.
I clarified the real thing that I realized is that when I be fucking these girls,
Mm-hmm.
I be fucking them,
Okay.
and so it's like why am I doing this for their benefit, and I'm still stressed out.
Okay.
And so it's like, I'm about to come over here. She wants me to make her squirt and do all this and that and whoop de wop. But then at the end of the day, it's like, she up one.
Yeah.
And so I might as well keep that tuck.
So you getting slutted out, and she's going telling her girlfriends, yeah, I got this easy ass nigga coming.
Not necessarily
No,
that
I'm
I'm getting
joking.
slutted out because, we probably didn't, built a bond or something like that. But it's like, the time and effort that it take to do that, and there ain't no rewards to it. And
Yeah, for sure.
I'm doing a majority of the giving in the way where it's benefiting the person to like the capacity that they want to be benefited, and it's like I might as well not even do that. Like
I was having a conversation with my husband recently about this in particular. Literally, we talk about, you know, how social media pits the black woman against the black man, how, what's fucked up with men, what's fucked up with women, and to piggy on your back, I think what men be frustrated with is women do have so many wants, stipulations, needs, and the requirements be in the sky. But then when they come to the table, they don't even be bringing shit. And on social media, it's cool now uh, for women to be like, I ain't got to bring nothing to the table. And I'm like, I mean, relationships are supposed to be equal. Now we have our separate roles, right? But there's no way that it's cool if you're requiring all this from somebody and then you showing up not wanting to lift a finger, not wanting to, you know, do anything.
well I don't think that women and their requirements is the issue. I think women's articulation of their requirements is their issue.
That's deep.
I think they want
That's
shit
deep.
and they want you to read their mind to do it because it's gonna express to them that you care enough to figure them out. But it's like I understand that, but just tell me what the fuck you want.
Right.
Just tell me what the fuck you want.
Right.
Like, what are you
Right.
doing this for? But
Yeah.
I don't think my issue is black men versus black women thing. I think my issue is more of a gender thing. I think I feel like they're fucking with men and women archetypes.
Okay.
The way that we supposed to act in our roles in society, which don't have to be overbearingly stereotypical, but there are some things that men should do and women should do,
Yeah, for sure.
and
For sure.
those lines are being blurred. And as those lines are
Yeah.
being blurred, the things that men and women should do, the expectations that you hold them to do those things aren't being held, and so the way that people act
Yeah.
is being different than how they should because they're not being held to the expectation of
Wow.
the men and women archetypes. And
Baby,
so
you done said a lot.
yeah, I think that
Yeah.
that'd be my issue with society. And I think that if everybody just understood the roles of men and women, and me personally, I don't think that that's a negative thing because
Right.
I think about it from like a village mentality of like the queen mother of the village is always the person that the people go to, and so it ain't never like an imbalance. But she got a role as a woman,
Yeah.
whether it be the head of the village or not. Like, they got roles that they need
Yeah.
to follow, and their whole life is catered to them upholding that.
Yep.
And I think when you missing that in your day to day walk, then shit look like how it look, and it's like I don't even
Yeah.
want her to be around me because it's like her energy gonna rub me wrong because she gonna say some dumb shit or some young shit, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, all right, man, like I might as well just go to sleep, watch this fucking goofy movie, put on some Disney, relax.
Oh wow, that was a lot. I agree. I agree. I agree. Roles are important. Even more importantly than that, because you're gonna have some people who are like, there aren't any roles or shouldn't be any roles. Okay, so make sure that the roles and responsibilities, because the truth is y'all can have or share opposing roles, but it has to make sense for your relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So like
my mom, she don't clean. Uh, she don't really cook neither. But my dad, he do that stuff.
And guess what? I know it works.
Yeah, yeah. But he also got OCD, and so
yeah, for sure.
shit gotta be clean.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we probably piss him off more than anything else.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, I ain't never see that as a stereotypical woman role, because
Right.
my dad did that.
Right.
And so I don't think that that's part of it.
But in that relationship, that is his role.
Yeah, yeah.
And because it has been established, most likely their whole entire relationship, it works for them. I think
I see that as a chore though, not a role.
Yeah.
I think a role more like for a woman to like nurture, cultivate, educate, embody the spirit of like, that queen mother, and the man that, provide, protect, defend, carry on his back. I think every man in any type of relationship, his role entails sacrifice. And so you can't be willing to have nothing if you ain't willing to give up nothing.
Yeah.
And so I think that, less more about the physical things that we do and the illusions that we maintain for the structure of the village.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the things that people don't be paying attention to, because that ain't their mindset.
Right.
But, there's somebody out there that's out there, being Queen Mother of the Earth.
Yeah.
I got a line in the poem, Mother Nature's reincarnation is the only spirit suitable to be my wife.
Child.
So, we out here looking for Mother Nature.
Do you think that there is a woman here for set? And I mean, like, honestly, like somebody that you really feel like.
I think that I can make it work with anybody. It just can't be, like no overbearing pressure that stresses me out on a day to day. I think that's what I said. Mother Nature's reincarnation. Anybody with a spirit of joy and blackness and progression and happiness. And
have you met her? I mean, we poets, we frequented. Yeah. Right. We frequent spaces where our kind, runs rampant.
Somebody
the black.
Fuck me everywhere I go. I feel like
not they trying to fuck you everywhere you go.
Yeah, and I just did something. Some girls like, you smell good.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
the mic and stuff that everybody in the room could hear it. I'm like, damn. Oh my God. Niggas be out here tripping.
So I mean, have you met her? I mean, are you one of those niggas that hold up? Wait a minute.
I done met her cousin. I done met the next one. I done met like 6 of them.
Listen to me. Are you one of them niggas that'll meet a good woman, know she a good woman, but just won't settle down with her? Because that's what I'm getting.
I want to say yes, but I think it depends on what you're calling a good woman. Because if I know
whatever you constitute as a good woman,
if I know that she's a good woman, then I'm probably gonna treat her the way she deserves to be treated. But if I'm stalling, it's because there's something else going on, and you're not considering it because you've already put her in the good woman category. And it's like, yeah, she's a good woman, but what the fuck is this going on over here?
What could that be? Like what? Like just an example.
She could be the perfect girl, but could have fucked my homie, and it'll never matter. Because I got to tell his nephews in 10 years that your uncle did nutted than your mom before we got together.
Ooh, that's a difference between
me for
men
some girls
and women.
already. Some girls right now probably want to be with me, but then fuck the homies. It's like, we could probably fuck.
Y'all got to get over that.
Like,
first of all, you got to get over that.
Like
men. Men have to get over.
Well, no, I think it depends. I feel like if the nigga gonna be at the wedding, there's no getting over it. That nigga's gonna be there.
So you gotta stop being friends with that nigga, because you can't let her go.
You gotta charge that to the game. That ain't his fault. That's her fault. She should have kept her legs closed. Queen Mother of the Earth. You should have waited for me. You gave me up to this nigga. You made your choice. I ain't gonna convince you otherwise. You had your fun, but shit, nigga, it cost you.
That's women are very different. We have. Yeah. Child. Okay. We didn't share some of the.
Yeah, we got off topic.
Okay. Why do you think some men struggle to communicate with women?
I think that the communication barrier between men and women comes from the fact that men be moving with a logical mind and women be moving with their emotional spirit, and
Ooh, you
it's
sound
just
like my
like
husband.
that shit just the wavelengths just don't be connecting.
That's the beauty of our species, y'all species.
And so women think that shit beautiful. Niggas think that shit irritating.
Okay, but I mean,
Girl be like, yeah, but he's supposed to work through that to get to know me, and we supposed to build and whoopty wop, and the niggas like, we could have did that without all the ups and downs. You could have just came at me and we could have just built. You feel me?
we complement each other, men and women.
Yeah, 100%.
So the logic, because we as a woman, I'm telling you now, logic, we don't give a fuck about no logic. It's about what we feel.
Yeah.
How we approach, like what the energy like. But you guys need that, and
And
you guys need us to assess the room before y'all walk in it. Y'all need us to assess the situation before y'all make a decision. Y'all need that emotion, and so I think if you guys stop straying away from it, you will see it more as an additive than a hindrance, because you cannot prosper in life with only logic, just like you can't prosper in life with only emotion.
blacks, don't hate me, but I want to say that we don't need that. I think that if any man needs you to go into the room and discern the space before he enters it, well, I was gonna say you shouldn't follow that man into a room, but you didn't. You went in there first and you discerned the room.
Here's the deal: a good woman, it's just the same way y'all protect and provide for us. We protect y'all in certain spaces as well.
I think that a woman needs to be able to shut off her emotion and engage her logic at any time. And with that woman, she can be someone who you can trust to bounce ideas off of and give you a reasonable counteraction to your own thoughts. But if she's all emotion, it's not gonna never work because she's not gonna think with the full scope of what you're talking about. But if she can cut off her emotions and put on a logic hat, even because we're not talking about nothing, we just seeing to get down to the room. You feel me? Catching the vibe. But if she could take her emotion out of that and put like some logic into it, and we could talk about it and like really break some shit down, it's like it don't really matter how emotional she get because I know she got that in her bag. She could do anything and she can go in there and she could check the room out and I don't got to worry about it because I know like whatever she come back with her assessment, it's gonna be that. But it's not based off her emotions. It's based off of the fact that I trust her discernment as an individual, and
I
that
hear
come with
you.
turning her emotions off.
I hear you. But you know what else I hear? Because y'all say that, but let a woman come with the right amount of emotion,
Yeah.
with a right amount of logic.
We want it.
She gonna have just a tad bit too much masculine energy. And you know where I'm going with this, because y'all say y'all want the right balance of logic and
I
emotion.
think that depends on the
But
nigga.
she's gonna be too. It's gonna get overbearing sometimes, and she gonna start over crossing roads and crossing bounds.
The nigga can't be the type of nigga where she feel like she's smarter than him. Because if she feel like she's smarter than him, it don't matter what ideas you bounce off, she gonna think in the back of her head like, he get all his shit from me. It's some Timon and Pumbaa type shit,
Baby, let me tell you something. Let me look
Pumbaa
into the
say,
camera.
and Timon say like it's his idea. If the nigga say some shit and the woman like that shit really came from me, it's like
Said, all women think that they're smarter than their man.
Yeah, but there are some who for a fact know that they're not, and those are balanced because she's like she may not feel like he's smarter than her, but she feels like they go back and forth enough to the point where she like, I can't say that I'm smarter than him, but he sees things in the ways that I don't see it. And so
I understand that.
When we say shit, it makes sense to both of us, but we saying it from a different lens. But if I'm saying some shit and you just don't get it, or you saying some shit I just don't get it, it's like this shit we just not on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
We can never like really bounce that energy off each other because it's like we ain't been put in a situation to like trust whatever come out the other motherfucker head. I think it's all about, it's that street smarts mixed with the book smarts. That book smart may be emotional, that street smart may be logic, but you gotta have both to like really walk through life and like, know what's going on around you.
Your parents did a good job, Sid. They did a good job.
I really I told you there's multiple things that come into the character of the people, the person as you're being shaped. I attributed to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
The city, Inglewood, running around as a
Inglewood.
kid, doing shit, being put in them real life situations that I
Yeah.
should have been in, and then the village that I had around me, the
Excuse me.
black school system I went to, and the people in that, and just the philosophies and ideologies of blackness that they put into me, and so I think all of that is what put me into a position of being able to see every aspect of society.
This question not on my card, but would you ever date a white woman?
Nah, that's the only thing that's on my like. I tell people it's my only dietary restriction.
Oh, okay,
You
good.
know,
I thought you was about to say that's on your book. Okay, cool.
nah,
Cool.
it's not on my bucket list, but I feel like every nigga should always take the opportunity to fuck a white bitch. You should break her down, run around town, strap her up, throw her around. You feel me? Whatever you got. 30 minutes is hardcore reparations. 100%. I think every nigga should run that. I haven't yet, but uh. if the opportunity arises,
I'm gonna get
guaranteed.
canceled.
It's gonna get real freaky in there. Hey, oh god, she gonna see some shit she ain't never seen.
Okay, are men intimidated by strong, independent women?
I mean, it depends. If she like walking up looking like grow sisters, they strong, independent. You feel me? Looking for $1 to holler, and it's
Oh
like
my god,
I'm
you are
trying to get up out of here.
hilarious.
But I think that niggas not what's the word you used? Intimidated.
Yeah.
By a strong, independent woman. I think that men sometimes don't have the patience to build with a strong independent woman to get to know the weaker side of her. A lot of
Wow, that's deep.
a lot of strong women they got their own little barrier up that it take a while for them to be like I could depend on this dude. And so you got to put yourself in situations to be dependent on to
Yeah.
come through, be consistent, and then after that there's a breakdown that you'll probably see that you didn't see before, but it take time.
And this is why
But
I always
I
stress
don't think
that's
it's
why you need to be
intimidation. I think it's
friends.
patience.
Yeah, right. Because in the dating process, if
And
you're dating to be with someone, men don't have the
I'm
patience to break through that
I'm pushing
exterior.
that philosophy on some people also. You gotta be friends before you date.
Yeah.
You know,
Women are more inclined to break down that strong independent barrier when she can build that friendship with you. And you'll see so much more from a woman as a friend first. And I mean like a real friend, not a friend with benefits. Because the moment you lay down with a woman, I don't give a fuck what no woman says. You already know. It get different.
yeah, and
So just being friends first will soften the woman.
I don't got like no personal experience in this avenue. I typically fuck everybody I date pretty early on. No reason in particular. It just seems to have happened that way. But
You gotta stop that.
as I think about the women in my life, um, and some of the women who I've dealt with in the past, like they'll do things, and I'll have like a emotional disattachment from it, where like I could or could not help her
Mm-hmm.
this girl that I'm fucking on, but like one of my female friends,
Mm-hmm.
I would never put them in a situation where they would feel like I'm putting me before them.
Yeah.
In any situation. And so I think that me realizing that is what made me feel like you should be friends with a woman first.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes I cater to my friends in ways that I don't cater to my partner. But
Yeah.
that's because me and my friends have deeper emotional relationships than me and my partners.
Because you
And
built that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like no sexual shit. Like I ain't never fucked on none of my friends. But it's just they family. I care
Yeah.
about them, and just like your nieces and nephews, when you see them, you gonna do what's best for them, regardless, just because they up under you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the women around me. So I feel like if you feel like that about your partner before they're your partner, then you'll have an extra consideration
Do
in the
you
stuff
have
you
any
date.
female friends that you've never smashed other than me?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. All of them. I probably got 4 or 5
Okay.
female friends,
That's a healthy amount.
and I probably got like 3 or 4 male friends.
Okay.
And so I would say more females than males, but I ain't fuck none of them. and it's never even come up.
Okay.
At least with the ones who are close to me in that kind of way.
Yeah. Okay.
Two of them Hispanic.
Would you date a Hispanic?
I don't know. Probably not.
Because black women is where it's at.
Uh,
Black women is where
I don't know if that's the reason that I will go with.
it's at. So what's the reason?
I just feel like
But black women are, but black women is where it's at.
yeah, nah.
Okay.
But that's not the reason I would go with. I don't know if I could argue that on the affirmative.
Okay.
But I'm pro segregation. To keep it a band with you.
Period. No facts.
I feel like niggas gotta be with niggas and
niggas gotta be with niggas. Yeah. The Browns gotta be with the Browns and keep the whites away.
I feel like that, but I don't feel like that's a negative thing. I feel like that's the healthiest thing for our culture and our communities is that we enhance each other and stick with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can't go over there and build with some white Mexican people. And
white Mexican people.
Well, nah, and no shade to them. I be doing poetry and a lot of white. Not white. Actually, one white dude did come up to me recently, Black History Month. I did a show. He was like, "You just got an aura about you. Just keep doing what you're doing."
Oh yeah,
he
for
was
sure
like, "I
you
can
do."
see that shit on stage.
Yeah.
But a lot of Hispanic people came up to me and a couple of them cried. As I was doing poetry throughout the month,
wow.
And it's like we relate to it. And so I rock with everybody, but to like
that's beautiful.
Merge that culture into like a family unit in a household, and to have to sacrifice something and input something and talk about like the what cultural influences our child's gonna have and how they feel coming from their background. I feel like it's just too much, and I know like
right.
a black woman probably gonna be on the same type of time I'm on, so it's like I don't even want to have them conversations.
I love that answer.
I feel like we too old to be talking about that. Right. If you want to be in some jungle fever type shit, you gotta figure that out in elementary. Right. Before you see color.
It's hilarious. Okay. Do men check out emotionally or physically before leaving a relationship? Which one happens first? Because I have a theory on this.
What's the question again?
Do men check out emotionally or physically first before leaving a relationship?
That's hard because a nigga could be 100% invested.
Yeah.
And physically he be fucking something else already.
Yeah. Can I get my opinion?
And so yeah. Get your opinion then.
I think it's because people think men will check out emotionally first. No, I think men check out emotionally last. Like even after the breakup, it takes a while for the man to check out emotionally because they've invested so much, because they've centered in on that relationship. Now the physical could be, they could still be literally checked out.
I think the word that's throwing me off is checked out.
Okay, so you're in a relationship
because I don't think a guy's ever checked out. I think once in the animal kingdom you get sprayed, and my scent is upon you, I'm always coming back to you.
Yeah.
When I go outside, whatever the fuck I do, don't worry about it. But when I come back, I'm coming back to you. I think girls get caught up in what the nigga's doing outside, and if he's fucking something, they feel like, oh, physically he's not here, emotionally he's not here, but the nigga never left.
Yeah.
He just doing what he been doing.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's a thing of checking out. I think depending on the nigga, he always got the capability of stepping out. But I don't think that that's going to decrease his physical or emotional output to his lady.
Mm-hmm.
If it did, he probably wouldn't be able to cheat because she would notice the difference too quick.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think emotionally, niggas treat they women like they treat they niggas, where like they love them, but they got a barrier up to where it still allows certain things to happen in our relationship. I love you, but I'm gonna go fuck this other girl because I'm not thinking about you 24/7. Constantly on my head, but that's just because my head all over the place, and so that's just a fault of me as a man to not be thinking about you, and so I'm fucking something else.
Yeah.
Or like
So if a man is honed in on a woman and she really got his mind consumed, you think cheating don't happen? You think he's less inclined to cheat?
I think it's less inclined. Yeah. I think that I think a nigga had to in his past fuck bitches to be able to withstand sexual temptation throughout life.
Wow. I knew exactly where you were going, and I know some women aren't going to understand that, but I really agree.
Yeah,
because it's the same for women.
Yeah,
I really think it's the same for
you
women.
gotta have had enough to where it's like I done had enough, and it's like I could turn this shit down,
Yeah.
and it ain't gonna fuck on me. But if a nigga ain't had enough, he gonna be curious, like,
Yes. Yes.
ooh, she
Yes.
look good.
This is why.
But I didn't fuck the 10 with a pussy that was a 4, so it's like, all right, like, you know, this bitch, I could be giving it up, and I'm gonna, what I said earlier,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be fucking her. I'm
Yeah.
about to be banging her shit in, and she about to be like, oh my god, I love this nigga, and I'm about to be like, fuck, another one.
You know, that's why I think, I mean, this is, I mean, it's related, but like parents should encourage their children to not get married so young, because like you said, like we're both saying, you need that time to explore. I mean, you just need that time to explore, to do whatever. And I'm talking about like your whole 20s damn near, really, to do what you do, to fuck on you fuck on, to experience this, to experience that. So by the time you get to, you know, your marriage or your long-term relationship, you can be settled in knowing that you've done it all. It's nothing out there that you're missing. And I'm not trying to say you gotta fuck around to have a sexual discipline by the time you get married, but shit, it helps.
Yeah, and I think, you know, fucking around, people hear it and think it's elongated, but I think it could be a, you know, short period of time. I may be fucking around just for a day, but that day's all I needed to find out.
Yeah.
You said something I was gonna talk about, but I can't remember what the fuck you said. It was whatever the point you just made
about teaching your kids not to marry young.
Yeah,
and letting them tell them
that
like,
was an interesting concept because as a nigga, there it wasn't really no age on marriage for me. That shit wasn't really a discussion. It was just like, you know, you got a girlfriend for sure. You know, little nigga not gay, huh? All right. Well, you know, let's keep it going. And so
right.
that was pretty much the convo. And then once it got to the point of me dating, it was like, well, um, you know, at some point you're gonna find somebody, and you know, y'all gonna, there was a sex talk, but sex comes after marriage. You know,
Yeah.
that was the talk, but it wasn't no date on marriage. It was just like, if you want to fuck, you need to be married.
Yeah.
And so, but once I started to have sex outside of marriage, it wasn't like, no, you know, all right, now you're sexually active, it's time to find a wife. It's like,
Yeah.
you didn't fucked up, but be careful now.
Yeah.
And so I think that women have that pressure to get married early, but I also think that may be like a society thing. Women, you know, did it real young, real early on in time.
Yeah.
And then from there, it became a part of just who women were as people.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna get married. And so, but I personally feel like, me as a male, I feel like you're not gonna never see the beginning of your parents' life, and you're not gonna never see the end of your kids' life. My kids don't need me at the end of their life. They need me at the beginning. And so I can have the motherfucker at 50, and with all my wisdom, give them 15 good years of my wisdom. And that'll be enough for them to sustain what I taught them.
Yeah.
I don't need to have them at 20 and play with them.
Yeah.
You know, and so
I understand, but
I think that's what people are doing. They having kids young because they want to experience their children. But I think it's more important for us to experience ourselves and then teach the children. And so
that's so deep said.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna have kids.
I kind of disagree, but only with the
you on that woman clock.
I am on the woman clock. I'm a woman.
You can't agree.
You're right.
But I'm doing take too long.
but just to your point of having to experience your life, gain all your wisdom, so that you can utilize that time, you know, in your old age to give your children all the wisdom that you gain. I like that concept. Okay. What's something you had to unlearn about women as you got older?
I don't think I had to unlearn nothing about women. I think every interaction with a woman taught me something about women, and so I think everything I learned.
That's deep. You giving me all the deep, trying to catch a woman on my podcast, huh? That's deep.
Man.
So
Nah,
you never unlearned nothing. Just every experience with a woman taught you
yeah,
something.
taught
So
you
you were
something.
constantly learning.
Yeah, yeah, and,
That's deep.
and then at some point you gonna realize that every interaction with women you gonna constantly learn something, and so it ain't really no standard for you to attach yourself to. It's just like let's see where her emotions take this one.
um, what does a healthy relationship look like to you?
A healthy relationship. You know, I think that everything in life is situational. I think a healthy relationship is going to be case by case situation with whoever's in that relationship. For me
That's
personally,
a perfect answer.
um, I think that no matter what we go through, I think as long as there's a baseline of peace, and we can
Mm,
get back to it at any moment, even if
wow.
we're up or we're down, but it's like we have our interaction and then we can get back to that peace. I think that's all that it would take for it to be perfect for me. We
Wow.
can't have like no lingering tension. If,
Yeah.
if if something's on the table, we gotta get it out and then it's done and then we move on.
Yeah.
If it linger, it got you thinking that you should act a certain way later, and then you act in a certain way later, and now it's causing a trickle effect to shit that is compounding the tension, and so I just think that there got to be some type of
Women
way.
do that though because we think you're supposed to read our minds, and so once you don't read our mind, once you don't come and try to see what's going on with us, the tension builds.
Yeah, and
Then we start getting in our head. Then, like you said, it start compounding because now we acting out, or not necessarily acting out, but acting funky.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we could be acting funky, and y'all just still are just sitting there
yeah,
like,
yeah,
let's go back to the first issue. No, it's like 10
yeah.
more issues we gotta address.
We trying to we not trying to go back to the first one. We trying to get to whichever one is the one.
That's hilarious. But with a woman,
It'd be all of them.
yeah, it's all of them.
We got to talk about each one because each one ticked me in a certain way that compounded all of, each one was the number one that added to 10.
Mm-hmm.
But niggas like, nah, let's just get to number 7 because that's the one that
That's the
really
one
like.
that's really bothering you. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, yeah, nah, I think
Have
that's
you ever
that's
had
all
a
it
healthy
is.
relationship?
Uh, a healthy relationship in terms of like um partnership or like in terms of like friendship.
In terms of the relationship, so like you said, your idea of a healthy relationship is always being able to come back to the peace, always
Well,
being
like,
able to
so
come back
is
with
the
the resolve.
relationship like with somebody who I'm intimate with as a partner or like a friend?
It's the who you're intimate with.
Yeah, intimate with as a partner. I can't say if what was the question? If there was a
Have
perfect
you had a healthy relationship
healthy,
before?
I can't say if I've had a healthy relationship.
Because you still be with her, right?
One, I would still be with her, and two, from my perspective, it could have been healthy, but I've had girls who felt the way about my interactions with them, and in a time where I felt like everything was fine, and so
Mm.
from my perspective, it was cool, but from her perspective, she was requiring more, and I never saw it to give it to her, and so
Yeah.
I can't say that it was a healthy relationship because I don't really know how all of them feel from their side.
Yeah.
Uh, I do feel like I've had interactions with women that were purely good. There's a girl who I used to talk to when I was in college. She was going to Long Beach, and then she moved and went back home after she graduated, and so we probably was messing around for like a semester. But I feel like if we was in the same space post that semester, the relationship could have developed into something. But since she
Wow.
left, it
So
was
where's she at now?
uh doing her thing.
She got somebody?
I don't think so. I still be seeing on Instagram, but we just be in two different places and spaces for me to make that work.
You never reached out? Like, girl, we had something. Let's see what it could be.
Uh, I would only reach out in a case where I felt like I was gonna be able to make a constant motion on it. I wouldn't reach out to open some shit back up to be inconsistent with it with
That's
somebody who
adult.
I actually fucked with.
That's adult.
I would only do that with somebody who little bitch you didn't found. You're gonna go run around in the streets with.
Are you ready to settle down?
Uh. I think I'm ready
No.
to settle down, but I'm not ready to deal with a woman daily.
Nigga, what?
I think I don't want to be outside in the streets running around, but I don't have the capacity to deal with a woman daily.
Bet. So you the type of nigga that like Cheryl Lee Ralph, you need two separate houses. You need your bitch in one house, you in one house. Y'all need to see each other and link up and have fun and then go to y'all separate spaces.
Not ultimately, but definitely currently. But currently I wouldn't be looking to live with anybody anyway. But maybe in 5 years when I'm in a different place in life, I may have the capacity to deal with the woman and all her emotional shit because I'll be wherever I'm at. But currently, yeah, definitely go back home.
You are how old are you?
32.
In 5 years, them bitches
I'll be 33 this year.
it's gonna be married with kids.
They married with kids down.
I know. So you gotta.
No, so what I realize is that there's more women than men on this planet. And
so you got your choosing, your picking.
I haven't been to many places where none of them wanted me. There's always one or two, three or four. There's never like I feel like niggas who you don't even gotta like look good. I got an ugly homie who just know how to talk. You just gotta have
Do
something.
he know he ugly? Because he gonna be listening,
Oh, God,
thinking, "Damn,
know.
like,
Hey,
is it me?"
Hey, oh God, he know. Nah, but I think that it just depends on you got to have some type of niche to where you confident in the fact that I could pull a woman, and I think that through that security, it just gives you a certain type of you're not worried about it.
Do you want children?
Yeah, you always want the whole thing. It just depending on the time, you know.
Okay, don't spend too much time thinking
I
about
don't
it
want
because
them
in
now.
5 years, she might not be able to have kids. Our biological clock be ticking, and even if she can have a kid, they ain't got other shit to worry about.
And so also, you're assuming that
I already know where you going. Okay, cool. So you gonna get him with your young tender.
yeah.
You like older women or younger women?
I think you're trying to make me choose, and I don't think that I
You like
should.
them all.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an
I
understanding.
don't think I should choose. I think that they all come with different things. Older woman. I didn't had sex with her, and she didn't got me the warm towel, rub the balls, and made me a sandwich. A younger woman. She just wants me to pound her coochie in until I can't take no more. It's like fuck, like I'm about to running the track race. And so they both come with their positives, but I can't choose. Now I was fucking some young girl, and I'm like, man, my heart racing. This motherfucker. I was like, this little 24, 25-year-old about to put me down.
The older ones, they want breaks.
Oh yeah, now the older one,
sure.
they want you to go slow.
Mm-hmm.
Want you to touch all the spots, make them feel sensitive. I could do that.
They want you to squeeze.
Yeah.
They meat like Jill Scott say.
I could do that. I can move real slow for you, baby. But that young one who wants that pounding for 30 minutes and 10 minutes of pounding is cool.
Oh yeah.
I could do that.
But this,
but when forever? It's like, all right, and then you still like, oh, I'm like, all right. But nah, I be doing it though. But it be like,
I be doing it though.
Shit fuck me up. Like, nigga, you gotta be willing to die for the sport. I'm not playing with these niggas. You gotta be willing to die for the sport.
Okay, how can women? This is our last question. How can women better support men's mental health?
Shut up. No, I'm just joking.
But no, that's the truth.
Well, it's not about shutting up. It's about, and I think it go both ways for men and women. I think it's how men can also support women's mental health is when you engaging with another person, taking that person into consideration over yourself.
Yeah.
But you got to be fucking with that person in the capacity to do that. I typically get these answers from the space of my friends, not my partners, because I tend to have that relationship with them of putting them before me. I feel like I wouldn't call a motherfucker my friend unless I was willing to die for him.
Okay.
And your partner, you may not be willing to die for just yet. You may still need a couple years.
That.
Yeah.
I understand that.
There's some shit that as an adolescence that bond, it put that into your spirit, and then your partner, y'all meeting at such an older age that it developed later, but it may not be there in the beginning. And so all of my friends though, I feel like that about it. So I feel like anytime that I'm with them, I would consider them above me, and I think that always contributes to their mental health.
So women need to consider men before themselves.
I don't think
And
women should do shit but consider themselves and work on them, and I think niggas should do the same. And I think as we build our perfect individual, we will be able to interact in society. I think too much focus on the other takes the focus off yourself, and then it's like, all right, you know, you living for the other.
yeah.
I don't want to do that neither.
Said, I hope you find a really, really good woman. You're a good man. I think you should stop fucking these hoes sporadically.
You know, I ain't worried about it.
I
ain't worried about it, you know.
I hope you find someone though, because you're a good guy.
100%.
You're a good guy.
We're gonna have a nice little black family. I raised little revolutionaries.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Them gonna be the blackest kids you ever saw.
I got some shit tucked, and you know, so that they're gonna know a little dangerous shit, little intellectual shit, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. But
I can't wait to see who you end up with.
Yeah,
I know she gonna be purty.
You know, we hope so. Sometimes you guys just gotta take the spirit.
This has been episode 2 with Black's Genesis. Set the Versifier, y'all. Comment, like, share, subscribe. We're gonna see y'all next week with another episode with another fabulous individual. This was podcast 1001. Peace, y'all.
Stay black.
We'll never play. Ain't got time for the games after the pay. Here in LA, where you